Back.
Yeah. Hi, you guys. Welcome to another show. This is our last show of this year, actually, because of the Christmas holiday. So we're going to miss you guys and hope everybody has a fantastic, fantastic Christmas. But in the meantime, as you can see, it is me and Jay Ladre, as always. And so hopefully
Folks want to be fashionably. They want to be fashionably late. There's nothing wrong with that.
You know it. And well, actually, the Horse Towns is actually being the Horse Towns and not El Jefe or something else tonight. So we're gonna see how this goes tonight.
Oh boy, here we go.
Sir, we barely see you.
Is he driving?
I'm gonna need you to be safe, Mr. Horse Town. Thank you for joining
driving?
us. Yeah, he's driving.
Wow. All right.
But anyway, you guys, thank you for tuning in to our last episode of this year. And hi, Lawrence. We want to appreciate you all. Hi, Antonio. We appreciate you all so much for tuning in. I'm pretty excited about tonight's topic. And I was thinking about a great way to end this show, end the season. And hi, Willie. And I thought about, it's the holiday season and normally breakup season.
Okay.
We want to avoid buying them presents. And breakup season actually started happening like last month, probably, but it usually lasts until after Valentine's Day. But on the other hand, it's also cuffing season for those people who, want to have their holiday boo. They want to, have somebody to kind of love up on. So we have a lot of different dynamics when it comes to this time of year in relationships. And I've been there, done that with the whole, we're going to break up to make up kind of thing, or whatever. And, it's exhausting after a while. But then you also have, and I have never done this. I've never had to do this. I don't subscribe to this, but a lot of people do. They have their holiday boos that they get just to impress their family or to avoid conversation with their family so their family can leave them alone. And I'm just kind of like, that's a whole lot of energy. And I'm not doing that either, but you do what you got to do. So that's what we're talking about tonight. On tonight's show, and I'm pretty excited to really get into this conversation. And I think that one of the things is, people have different perspectives about relationships, and what we're gonna, what's up for the holidays. And hey, Piff,
hi.
Listen, she just showed up glowing.
Well, I don't know about that, but
hot date tonight.
I mean, she is glowing, and this burgundy lip, yes, honey. I love a good burgundy lip, so yeah, honey, yeah.
I have a date with y'all.
Well, honey, hey. Well, hey, honey, hey, and all that jazz and stuff. So yeah, So yeah, you guys. So that's kind of where we're going with tonight's conversation. Hi, Antoine. With the conversation tonight, and everybody has different relationship perspectives, and the holidays can be really hard for some people. Even if you're dating seriously, casually, or what have you, it can be very difficult. And then, on top of that, we're dealing with COVID. It's so much going on. And people have different approaches to handling relationships during the holiday season. So like I said, hi, Sarah. So like I said, some people will absolutely break up only to turn around and make up around Valentine's Day. And then you have some people who have rent-a-boo for the holidays just because they want to avoid having relationship conversations about why are you single with their families or whatnot. It's all a different perspective. It's all different, and everybody has a different approach to dealing with relationships during the holidays. So it's interesting. It's all interesting and all good. Hey, Trey.
Hola, how goes it?
I do. Oh, yeah, Trey, you were something else earlier in that group. We're gonna touch on that later.
Let's touch on it.
But no, I wanted to back up on something you said about like this being the time of breakups and stuff. I think also a lot of people are getting together around these times too because they want to get a gift. And the other thing that people aren't saying, I've seen a lot of, I know it's a joke, but I've actually seen this too. There are people who are actually who are offering to pay people and stuff to pretend to be their significant other for their family.
The rent a boo for the holiday boo.
And that's a real thing. Or for their friends, like their friends are having Christmas parties and stuff, and they don't want to be alone and I have a +1. I've seen that a lot. So I think it's both ends, but I have seen a lot of breakups all of a sudden. Usually it's during Valentine's Day, right before, but I've seen a lot. So far.
I have a strict rule about stuff like that. I think that, and it's nothing official, it's just my personal belief structure. I've always felt like if I'm dating someone, I would never break up with them between November 1st and February 15th. Unless it's just dire emergency, because I do feel like that's just a crappy time to break up with someone, because the holidays can be lonely. It's lonely for a lot of people, and I've always felt like that is kind of tacky. I mean, I know everybody has different circumstances and whatnot, but that's always been a general rule. We're in a relationship, November 1st and February 15th. I'm not gonna break up with you. If we have issues, we're gonna talk about it after February 15th. If the issues are still there and have that much of an impact, then we may be headed towards the finish line at that point. But I have, like what Jeffrey was saying, I have heard of that before. I wasn't sure if it was a joke or if it was a real service, but I have heard of rent-a-boo or rent-a whatever, because I mean, let's face it, a lot of people can relate to going to the family dinner and getting roasted or getting questioned. That's, and I love every Thanksgiving, every Christmas, I love the whole, what is it, holiday clapbacks, or what do they call that shit?
Yeah, the holiday clapback season. Yeah.
I toast them every Thanksgiving. They're so funny.
I love this shit. I'm like, whoever came up with that, I'm like, yes, because everybody knows you get to a certain point, you get around your family, they're gonna look at you if you're single or if you with the wrong person, if you gained weight, if you lost your job, if you did something. Something about old people, they don't bite their tongue, and it's like, okay, it's on.
Right. Yeah, it's wild, but it happens, and it's Lawrence said he didn't know rent-a-boo. Rent-a-boo is a real thing, and people,
it is. It's sad.
People want this. Sometimes people want that fantasy. Sometimes people want that experience for themselves, and sometimes people do it to it's as a pick me up to get through the holidays. Because like Troy said, it's a hard time for people. And it's a real hard time, and sometimes just having that somebody there with you.
Why do you think it's a hard time? Other than the loss of loved ones, why do you think romantically it might be a hard time? Just because it's a reminder that people are single?
Right. Loneliness is real. It's real, and for some people, if it's something that you strongly desire for yourself, and it's not from lack of trying, you know what I mean? Just to be able to, as a pick me up, and to get you over that hump, and get over it, and sometimes it's a matter of maybe just taking your mind off of what you don't have and give you hope. People do it for all different kinds of reasons.
Oh yeah,
but it's a real thing, and hey.
Oh no, it's definitely real. I think statistically, you have more suicides that happen during this time of year. People are lonely. I can only hypothesize. I don't know if it's cold weather and people spend more time indoors, and for some reason that can make some people a little lonely. But the holiday season itself, the connotation is togetherness. It is family. It is loved ones. And yeah, I mean, if you're still fortunate enough to have your parents, grandparents, cousins, everything, that's great. But then you're going to have those people like, well, I want someone to call my own. I want someone who's not necessarily family, but a lover, a significant other, a spouse, or something like that. And when you don't have that, you kind of feel left out, especially when you start hearing all these Christmas, the Christmas music, everybody else around you is in a good mood, and you're like, shit, I'm lonely. Right. So yeah, it can be a hard time. Hey, Piff, hadn't heard from you. How you doing?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that overall, this is a hard time of year for a lot of men and women. So
yeah. I agree. I agree. I think that regardless, I think it's hard for even people who are in relationships and maybe who've been married. I mean, we've seen an influx in what's happened in relationships just throughout the year because of COVID. But I think that even now, like Jeffrey said, just the experiencing the loss of, this is a time where people are family and togetherness, and you're going to have some people who are missing this year. You know what I mean? Husbands missing wives, wives missing husbands, parents missing children. I personally know. I've had students. I have a student who lost their son, their child, a baby, like a baby.
Let's take
to
a step
COVID.
further.
So it's very difficult for people who are really dealing with this time of year. So for whatever reason that they need to cling to other people to cope, you know what I mean? They need to do that. So
well, let's take it a step further. Also, something we're not realizing, especially I'm not gonna make this political, but even with Congress not acting on extending unemployment stuff right now, Lord knows what's going on with that. There are a lot of people who are dealing with financial burdens this year, which is something that is not usually the case. I mean, it's always time people spend more money, but due to the pandemic, it's a lot of that kind of stress too. We're not just dealing with normal anxiety, but that's coming up. That's a big deal. I'm hearing a lot of people canceling Christmas dinners and stuff, not just because of the virus, but because they just don't have the money to have food.
Yeah, it's very hard. I mean, the lines are wrapped around buildings. The food lines are wrapped around the buildings, and yeah, people have a lot of different types of anxiety. So if renting a booth, you know what I mean, for the holidays will make me feel better and not think about, like you said, financial problems or, having a scarce meal on the table, then okay. It is what it is. If that gives somebody peace, or what have you, what's the big deal? I mean,
well, that's why every day on Twitter and stuff, I try to share food bank information I see, whether it's DC, Virginia. I even though I don't know much about all of them, if it can help one person,
right. I mean, it's a big deal. I think there's a lot of different factors that contribute to why people make the decisions that they make around the holidays as it relates to relationships. And so I want to get Biff and Horace in on this to hear their perspectives on it, because we have, on the one hand, we have breakup to make up. On the other hand, there are people who are getting together this time of year and clinging closer. And then you have people who have the rent-a-boo. It's just everybody has a different. It's all kinds of things that happen during the holiday season with relationships, and we really have a theme this year, particularly on this show, talking about Black love and Black men and Black women coming together and just the whole family dynamic. I think that having this conversation about the games that we play in relationships, especially mostly the breakup to make up, this whole breakup around the holidays, and we get back together after Valentine's Day. It is exhausting, but it's something that people still do. So so Piff, Horace, y'all jump in and talk to us.
Right, y'all quiet. And Piff, like you just came from her hot date. So speaking of not being alone during the holiday,
Piff got a hot date.
Look at her.
What date Piff got?
You know what?
Piff had a hot date, huh?
Why can't she just dress up and look good for the show?
That's what I'm saying.
So go ahead, talk.
Hey.
Oh, you want me? I thought Horace was talking.
He's driving.
Well, listen.
Y'all talk. I'm focused on these comments because they already getting popping.
Right.
I'm about to get on it. Trust me.
No, because I like it. Like, leave it alone. Today is the last show of the year. Leave her alone. Let her go off. Like, let her do her. Like, come on. Let's let it fly. Like, come on. Merry Christmas.
No, she don't trigger nobody. Okay.
She shouldn't. She all right. She all right. We know who she is by now, y'all. Y'all let her say what she want, y'all.
Go ahead.
Let her say what she wants.
Sometimes you need to ignore static in the ground noise.
It's like, for real. Come on now. We know better.
Go ahead.
People. Dr. Hughes.
Yes, love.
Dr. Hughes.
Go ahead, babes.
Well, I wanted to say while I am traveling abroad, that, for me, the conversation's kind of iffy because, some people I mean, unless you're emotionally impaired, everybody wants somebody, at least at some time. So for some people, toxic relationships are still like that home base or that comfort space. Like if I don't got nothing else, at least I know I got this, you know, this toxic person I can run to that's gonna be at least meet some of my needs.
Right.
And then for me, I can be transparent and say the holidays is rough for me for two reasons. Let's be honest. Success sometimes alienates you from people. Like people think that being successful or being rich makes life grand. And actually, hell is real lonely. It's lonely as hell because you always got to protect yourself at times.
Right.
But
Because
for
you
the
don't know if
holiday,
people want you for you or your money.
right. And then for the holidays, all of my grandparents all died around Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Hard to
So
hear
when,
that.
so when I hear this Christmas, it takes me to a bad place. Like not like it just takes me to a place of sadness. So I think everybody has those triggers, and I may have to get therapy. Like I know if I hear that song, I boohoo inside. It's like you know, it takes me right back to being a kid, you know, on Christmas. So I think a lot of us are battling stuff anyway, and then COVID has really just tore up everybody's lives, especially with, you know, the financial restrictions. So it's a challenge.
I can't tell you how many stories I'm hearing, and I'm not being funny or blaspheming when I say this. You know, we all want to help people as much as we can, but we can't do it all. You know, I've seen a lot of Cash App request stuff coming a lot, not just to me, but people are posting, look, I have to feed my kids. Can you help? It breaks my heart to see that. And that's why some people are out here actively trying to find someone to date. They might need,
not interrupt you. Know some of those people that ask for money don't need money. Because I got two people right now I'm looking for. I'm gonna slap to sleep when I see them about my money.
Wait. What happened? Hold on. You mean that? What do you mean they don't need money? What do you mean? Like
everybody that call, a lot of people that be calling for money don't need that money.
They don't.
They just know you got money. Trust me. You're gonna be out here looking
why
for
I
those
said
people.
you don't know if people want you for you or for what you have. It's just like panhandlers. Everybody that panhandle don't really need the panhandle, but they do it, which makes it difficult for people who genuinely are out there with nothing. It's the same thing.
It definitely, I mean, it took my dad to tell me that when I first came to Atlanta for college. My dad was the one that told me not to feel compelled to give every beggar money, because some of them actually don't want money. Some of them actually want something else. And I had to find it out the hard way. You try to, you know, offer some of them food when they say, you know, want food, and they don't want the food. They just want the money. I'm like, that's not what we're doing. But to Horace's point, you know, I grew up in a household where we were taught to never disclose anybody how much you make. And I carry that policy with me now, you know, as an adult. I don't tell people my salary because for the most part, I'm like, it's none of your business. Because like we said, when people find out you have money, or when, you know, that could be a green light to ask you for money, to rely on you more, because they think you got it. They think, oh, you have a salary, so I can come to you. There's no issue. And I've realized it's like, you know, so you have those people, especially here in Georgia, people want to volunteer. Oh, I make six figures. I'm like, okay, I know who to rob now. Well, I know who to hit up for me.
People brag entirely too much about what they have and then complain about people not wanting them for them.
Right. So, I mean, and that's how I feel like no matter what my salary is, I'm like, if we're not married or at least engaged, you're never going to know. You can assume all you want.
But sometimes people assume, like, if you have a nice car or something, or people see that you're comfortable and never struggle or whatever. Everyone probably could relate to this. Actually, a comment for once, I agree with this comment right here. I have had people, I will not call them friends, but who have asked for help. And then when I did not help them, I've gotten followed up with, oh, I know you haven't, or you were just out this weekend, or you just traveled last week. You can't help me. I'm sorry. I didn't know I owed you anything.
Right. So I think a lot of that weighs on why people play relationship games. You know what I'm saying? Why people do the things that they do, because like to Horace's point, once you see that what these people are really about, maybe the makeup to breakup isn't the makeup to breakup. Maybe it's what Troy said in the beginning. okay, some stuff, I've identified some things that at this point is probably not fixable. It's not a game for me. This is real versus being able to figure out. See, it's about being able to figure out the two. I think Willie's point is somebody made a point of sometimes that people get in relationships that's what it's about. Sometimes that people do things um because everybody wants something for somebody. I don't know if it's that I think it's what they want from each other, but what do you bring to the table? So the whole dynamics of the games that we play versus, the whole holiday rentable, I think that there's a lot that goes into what people do and the decisions they make around holiday times as it relates to relationships. What's triggering people to do the things that they do. Jeff made a point about finances. So guess what? If people are strapped for money, they gonna do whatever they gonna do. They gonna reach out to whoever they can reach out to, and to manipulate that relationship. You know what I'm saying? To get over the holiday hump. Is it right? No. But do people do it? Yeah, that's the games that people play. But that's the stuff that you kind of have to be careful of. So I want to hear from Piff because we've heard from the men. So Piff, what's your thoughts on all of this?
Oh, this is a lot.
Yeah, I know, right?
So y'all like say all this stuff and then I come in and it's like, okay, y'all done said 8,000 things. No, but for real. First of all, let's start with the first things first. My Cash App is in the chat. My birthday is on Monday. I ain't ashamed. Willie. Yeah, Willie Ray. I saw how you don't mind, honey boo boo child. Just go ahead and hit the Cash App.
Wait, you put it in the comments?
I have because you do not ask, and I ain't mad at you. Go ahead.
It's your birthday?
It's a chick's birthday. Like, for reals? Okay.
Oh,
your birthday is Monday, right?
It is. It's on. So and I want a dog. So like these dogs are out here. They're expensive, y'all.
Yeah, these dogs are
Hold
expensive.
on. You could have Kip.
No. You can
No.
That is not a gift.
That's your child.
You already raised him wrong. He is not trained in the way he should go. Moving on. Okay, so but for real, I think this happiness is a real thing. And people they want happiness, especially right now.
Yes.
And so when we talk about happiness and we're talking about the lack thereof, I don't see anything wrong with us looking for it. If you can afford to rent a boo, rent a boo. Because here's the thing, it's not even going to be drama. It's going to be like, this is a business transaction. And I don't need my family asking me these kinds of questions. I just want to have a level of happiness within my family unit that I usually don't have. And maybe that's why we're not looking at it in that way. Right. You know what I'm saying? When we're talking about people breaking up during the holidays, I think why don't you break up before the holidays? Because at the end of the day, rip the Band-Aid off and then move on. Instead of letting things linger. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that like if you say, okay, November 1st, I'm staying with you till February 15th. But if you've been unhappy since November 2nd, you could have ripped that Band-Aid off and honey, we could have been on about our way. I don't know that there's ever going to be a perfect time for anything.
For breaking up, no, there isn't.
Yeah, wait. I thought most people break up right before the holiday.
Well,
so they don't have to spend money.
Some people do, but sometimes that's not always the case. Is what she's saying.
Here's the thing, and then those people circle back, and you have to realize what the pattern is. So in our own lives, I think we all have a level of dysfunction, and we all have to recognize whatever the level of dysfunction is for you. Recognize it. If you want to fix it, then fix it. If you don't want to fix it and you're happy with it, then don't. But I think this level of happiness, you need to find whatever makes you happy. I I don't think that there's any, like I said, I don't think there's anything wrong with renting a boo or having a boo, or if you come to an agreement with somebody, okay, we're going to just date for the holidays because I don't want to be alone. You don't want to be alone. People make arrangements like this.
Yep. Cuffing season.
Cuffing season. I mean, but
especially
some people just
cold.
go into it like, right. But some people go into it saying, look, this is what it is for this amount of time, and when it gets warm, we're not together anymore.
Right
now,
then that's why you got to ask long-term goals from the get-go.
Right.
No, but it's kind of like if you have one of those submissive dominant situations, right? Where Jeff, we're not.
I'm not in it.
Okay, thank you. Bring it on back, player. Bring it back. So anything can happen with any type of relationship. It just takes communication. And I don't know. I just think if you are happy, I usually say, if you like it, I love it. But remember, Epiphany's Cash App is in the chat. Just on that note, but for real, happiness is a real thing. And, I think that's important. I have not dated someone personally during the holidays just to break up or whatever. That's just not me.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. I was gonna say, okay, yeah, that's good. That's perfect.
Yeah, that was a cuffing season. Thank you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, well, with that said, you mentioned sometimes people will say, I want to be with you for a certain length of time. Some people are, like I said, some people will date I know in Christian families, I've had relatives who will bring a fiance around or a boyfriend or a girlfriend around just to impress them and say, okay, I'm not alone, so they don't get questioned. And then they break up with them or pick a fight so they can say, oh, it didn't work out. I've seen that.
Yeah. I mean, people absolutely have different reasons for what they do. There's never going to be an opportune time, like Troy and Piff said, to break up with somebody. Mm-hmm. And for me, I think it's a matter of the reason behind the breakup. If stuff is just jacked up in the relationship, it ain't no good time. It's just not a good time. But like we've said it time and time again throughout this year, life is too short to be unhappy, to be unsatisfied. And if you're in a relationship and you feel like, it's not going anywhere, you've got to make the decision to move on, to bring peace to yourself. Like Tanya said, it's about peace within yourself. Don't just be with somebody for the sake of being with somebody.
It's more miserable that way too.
Communicating. If it's cuffing season, we already know it's cuffing season. Everybody that gets involved with cuffing season already knows there's like contracts that go out. Like, this is a real thing that you already know. This is just for the cold time. Soon as the weather get warm, you already know that's the wrap.
Wait, Dr. Hughes, let me go into this comments real quick, because I want to kind of ask Lawrence, could he explain what does he mean by this is absolutely ridiculous?
Well, I mean, it's probably talking about cuffing season that, because to some people this is a new concept, and to other people, like, it's ridiculous that people would do this, but this is a real thing. People are really doing it.
Listen, you know what? People are just honestly just out here saying what they do now. It's not a mystery anymore.
Yeah.
So when we talk about polyamorous relationships, where people get two people, they're like, oh no, that's my boyfriend and that's my husband, or that's my husband, that's my boyfriend and that's my girlfriend, and these are all the babies, and she had this one, that one had this. Like, come on, like,
but that's a real thing. I mean, we've had whole videos and conversations about that before in Ringside. So
bring it back, Troy. But for real,
what I do? I just said that was a
I don't know. I just thought I would say to bring it back.
I'm sorry. Once I pull it out, it's going somewhere.
Where's your flag?
I just called it. Lord have mercy.
Where's your flag, Dr. Hughes?
I cleaned.
You know what? We're gonna retire the flag. One day we're gonna retire the flag. No, I mean, let me just say this, just to supplement what I was saying earlier. I do agree. There's never a great time to break up with someone. I'm thinking about, because I think about even from a job standpoint, let's take relationships out of it, even from a job standpoint, I was always taught from a human resource standpoint, they don't want, if they're going to terminate someone, they try to strategically figure out when they're going to terminate someone. They don't like to terminate people on a Friday. They don't like to terminate people, right before a holiday, like before Christmas, things like that. Because you can get rid of someone who's a toxic employee and who's not pulling the weight or whatever. But even from a human resource standpoint, even they recognize it's all about timing. Mm-hmm. We're gonna let this person go. We're gonna terminate their position, but we're not gonna do it during certain times because that can leave an indelible impact or trauma, whatever. So that's how I look at it as far as relationships. It doesn't, if the relationship is already toxic, hella toxic, I'm gonna know that before the holidays. Right. Speak up and do something. It's not like it's gonna be night and day. So it is something where I look at it as a timing thing. There's never a great time. However, I'm not going to be that dude to come and break up with you on your birthday. Or, I'm not going to come and you tell me, hey, my dad just found out my dad died. Oh, that's sad. Guess what? This ain't working out.
Right.
So I'll look at things like that as a timing issue. That's the reason why I make that comment. But yes, I do agree that,
I mean, I wasn't coming for you. I just think this. I just think, with my recent loss, I would rather do it all at once. Like if it's just going to be like grief, I might as well just go ahead and do all the grief at once instead of you. And that's just me, but everyone is different. Yeah. But I'm going to answer this comment. Dr. Hughes, can you scroll up or down or do your thingy?
Which comment?
Yeah, when I tell you to come for me, I want you to come for me, okay?
I'm not. I don't have it in me. The one from Lauren.
Which one? Because he's got a couple.
Scroll up.
I'm scrolling. Which one?
The one where he said, I can't imagine. I couldn't imagine. I need to see that one
here.
Yeah. Okay, Lauren. Let me answer this real quick because I was dying and you were talking. Anyway, so Lauren, you know that person that can't even tell their friends the truth. We all know that person, right? So imagine that person trying to go to their family and tell their family, no, I ain't got a man or whatever. Their family's like, when you going to have babies? When this, when that? We know people in the closet in many ways, right? Yeah. Not just sexually, but there's people in the closet in various ways. People hide things. And so, yes, I can imagine someone renting a boo for the holidays just to forego conversations with their family. Some families are very toxic and some people can't handle it. I'm done.
True.
Oh, I felt like you felt that from something. Something motivated that.
No, I think what she's saying is it's true.
I just feel like when we think about certain things, and it's logical to me, like it's very logical that someone would hide something from people. Hide stuff all the time.
Yeah,
a whole bunch of people. Let me tell you something. We have people that have a family, and then had a family way across town. Right. How about that? And they supporting. Yeah, see. Right. And they have a family way across town, and they supporting both because they have enough money like that. Right.
Like people have different. Here's the thing. I think to Lawrence's problem, he's having a hard time wrapping amount of, if it's that bad, why go around your family for the holiday? Because it's still your family. And some people are still bound to their, like some people are so connected and bound by that. Some people don't know that that's toxic. If that's all you know, it's not toxic to you until you reach a level of clarity that somebody tells you. You go to therapy and somebody tells you this is not normal, and they help you through dealing with that. But like Piff said, some people lack the courage and ability to communicate. So it's easier and safer for them to avoid it by creating this fantasy, because it's not about the family dynamic. It's about, like she said, creating happiness for themselves to have joy through the holiday season. So I think that it's just a lot of different.
Let me tell you something. I am down for renting a boo. I don't need to rent a boo, But if I did, I would be renting the finest boo I could find.
Hey.
Well, okay. Oh, I like that name, by the way. I know you love that, Dr. H. But
yes.
Now the rent a boo thing. I hate to say this.
Here we go. Here we go. Hold on. Let me get myself together. Here we go. Go ahead.
I've been before y'all say anything in college. I have been rented out of kindness. I took a girl to prom before, and then I went to homecomings, whatever. You got to get to college somehow. I'm not ashamed to say that. But sometimes it's not that it's a self-esteem issue. It's just sometimes it's just people don't want to be involved in something long term, or they want to pull they're out of town and they don't. It's just convenient.
It's convenient.
Right. I don't think it's wrong. Now that's different from for those of you who think that is a form of escorting or prostitution. It's not the same.
No, it's not.
There's nothing physical going on for everyone in that case. But I don't think there's anything wrong with it. It's just the people who go online trying to put it out there like they're
right. It's the way that some people solicit it, and I get it, or promote their services, because I've seen quite a few of them, on Al Gore's internet. But Horace, while you in the store, can you talk to us, please, and share with us what you're thinking?
I'm laughing because when Jeffrey said that, I said, "Ooh, nasty." I'm sorry, Jeff. Be honest, women and men are different. So for women, I know y'all love the fantasy, the holidays. You want a body next to yours. But for the dude they ain't got to that grown, mature place, rent-a-boo is a different term. I might rent a chick for
thank you.
I'm not going down that road. So
Dr. H, where is doggone? Go ahead.
Yeah, hey, Horace,
I'm sorry.
Is that Walmart or Lowe's? Where is that?
What'd you say?
Oh,
it's the airport.
Okay.
I was rushing to get here.
Where are you, Horace?
The airport.
No, but where are you going?
Airport.
Can't mind me asking. Okay, my bad.
Like a nationally televised situation. Somebody
are you picking somebody up
at the airport? Because these comments, they looking for you, Horace.
Okay, Horace. Okay,
somebody did comment about you.
Wow, Horace got flued out.
He's getting flued out, honey. But
I'm not the nasty one on the show. Okay,
well, we know I ain't.
That is a lie. That is the lie. That is the lie.
Of course, you got somebody who wants you to fly to Texas to them.
I don't know nothing about you being nasty.
No, we want to know why
you can fly me out. Well, the only thing, to Jeff's point, I don't think it's wrong. The only thing that is wrong about it in my regard is I think about how much I did it for free. And I'm like, okay, I could have been, how much is a rent-a-boo? What's the normal going rate? Because I'm like, I've been giving away my services for free for years.
I can answer that. And so could Piff.
Please tell her.
Wait a minute. What am I asking? Hold on.
So sometimes it's not always monetary. It could be for instance, like if a father of a not so attractive female says, "Hey, my daughter can't get a nice looking young man that has shit going. There's stuff going good for him. Here's $500 tonight. I already paid for the limo. I already paid. Here's $500. Take her to dinner. Take her to the prom or whatever, and whatever's left over is yours." It could be something like that, or it could just be a favor.
Jeff,
that's like the plot. You know how many damn 80s movies that's the plot of? That's like straight out of 80s.
But not saying that has happened. I'm just saying, or it could be a if you do this for me, I can help you here. I can get you here.
Like a quid pro quo. You do this, help my daughter out, and I get you.
Wait a minute. And so how do
or it could be help my friend out.
That's an escort.
Wait a minute. So how can I relate to this?
It's an escort.
Hold on, I'm gonna get to that.
Okay.
And sometimes it could be help my friend out or something. We've all done it. You had that homeboy or girlfriend in y'all's cases that wasn't on your level physically, and you got that person to say, "Hey, I'll pay all night. Just hang out with us tonight for a double date." You've done it.
Escort.
No, everyone on here has done it. Let's be real.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
You had a friend that wasn't that attractive that you felt bad for.
Excuse me. You've seen who I hang out with, and they all cute.
Are they pretty?
Yeah. Hello?
Cute. Don't
Listen,
mean
I don't hang out with busted people. So and the thing for me is that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So people could see me and think that I'm not pretty at all either. So how about that?
If you fine.
Thank you. I mean, I'm just saying, like, come on. Everyone has their preference.
Right.
Like, come on. Okay,
yeah,
Reggie.
No, I agree. I think so.
Is for puppies. You know what, Reg?
I would Reg.
Reg, let me defend myself, please, Dr. Hughes. Just a moment here. All right. So Reg, I love you dearly. You know this, honey bunch. But for reals, like when you be at the club, they're cute. Like you the moment.
Men have been screwed over on cute. And you'd be like, you meet her, and she'd be like, well, she's cute to me. Nah, hell no.
So that's to your point, Horace, that men and women are different.
Absolutely.
Wait a minute. So Horace, what am I?
Gorgeous.
Oh, well, thank you. I just think I'm cute.
Yeah. Destroyed your debate.
But all of this still boils down to perception and perspective. Tuskegee grad said, "Isn't Renaboo a form of lying?" And I think that
it is lying.
It is lying. It's fantasy. Let's be real. Renaboo is fantasy. It's not real. You're buying a fantasy. You're buying whatever story that you're purchasing for this night, for this moment, this weekend. Whatever, that's what you're buying a fantasy, and a fantasy is not real. So yeah, you're buying a lie for whatever amount of peace of mind, joy, whatever happiness that you're buying for that time. Yeah, it is a lie. It's a fantasy.
But why does it have to be so pejorative? Like it's a lie. It's a lie. So what? People lie on social media every single day,
all day.
So who gives? I'm like, if I rent a boo, whomever, and bring her to dinner, who cares? Right. Who gives a fuck? I'm like,
we're saying the F word now.
Question: what is that? Has anyone seen the movie Kevin Hart and the fat white guy, and he was pretending to be his best man? What was that called? Best Man, right? Wasn't it called something like that?
No. What is Best Man?
That movie called The Wedding Date, where the girl buys the date for the whole.
No, he was marrying a rich, beautiful girl, and then Kevin Hart got together a bunch of friends and pretended to be his best man because the guy had no friends.
Right. He was very lucrative too.
He was good, and sadly, I know there are services like that.
I would do that.
Damn. Do you guys have a website you can throw out?
You know what? Down. No, we're not doing that. Listen. Let me say this.
I'm available.
Let me say this, Willie Ray. You killed me with that comment. I'm not saying the F word on air, but yeah, it was crazy and mean. I agree, Willie Ray. I agree.
Right. Here's a question. If sex becomes involved in this rentable situation, doesn't that become prostitution?
If you're getting paid for the sex.
That's how is sex not a part of it?
Listen.
No, because if you busted or you sitting here looking like Hottie Doody or who done it and where, I ain't touching you. No.
I will say I do agree with Jeff. You can pay me to, you can be on my arm
with you, yeah.
But as far as sex, if I'm not feeling you physically, well, number one, I'm like, look, I'm not feeling you. He's down here. He ain't feeling you, so we can't do nothing. And my mouth hurt right now, so we can't do nothing.
Oh God.
But at the end of the day, so that is a big part of it. Sex doesn't have to be, paid for. It could be an extra thing. Like, you don't have to have sex. I'm doing it because I want to, but yeah, it can be a form of prostitution if you pay them for it.
I think one, if you running around being a renegade for everybody or whatever your name is, I mean, first of all, we got OnlyFans. To me, that's a certain kind of level of certain things.
And they're gonna make more money now that
they're gonna make a lot of money this holiday season. They make a lot of money.
You can make your money. I'm not mad at you. I'm just not going to be on there. Second of all, if we want to throw stones, if we're throwing stones, right? Is buying a woman dinner or buying a man dinner and then you guys end up in the bedroom, is that prostitution?
No, it's a good date.
Yeah, it was a good date.
It was a good date.
Let me just say this to Piff. If I think that anytime the motivation or the intent is to trade, the transaction is money for sex, then I think that's prostitution.
Okay, I agree. I'll agree.
However, there's certain things that may not be necessarily part of the arrangement or the arithmetic, whatever. Then it's like, okay, if I would have had sex with you, with no money involved anyway, the money could be a perk. But there's certain, there are a lot of women like, okay, I'm sexually attracted to you anyway. I don't need money.
Right.
Or then there are other women like, no, I'm gonna need about $2,000 if I'm gonna have to go down and do some shit that I don't want to do for you.
It's $2,000. It's $2,000. It's $2,000. It's $2,000 up in the A.
Do you see this comment from Gabriel Sanchez?
Gabe was funny.
I think
Dr. Hughes, go back, boo. Go back.
I think Epiphany forgot what the definition of date is.
Be quiet. Listen.
She needs a reminder.
Okay, you know what? You're not coming for me today because I don't have no time for you. So listen.
Said no one other.
Talk about people cuddling, spending time with the holidays, and people pay to come over to watch movies, and that's it? Huh. Those are jobs.
That's a job. But it's what Jeff is saying here. In this comment here that he's replying to Gabriel, that he knows somebody making over $200,000 a year, just spending time with someone 1 week a month in Hawaii. The person is 70 and rich, no sex. Because guess what? People want companionship, and that comes in different forms. So sex doesn't always. I think that we're reducing relationships and companionship to sex. And that's not always the case. Some people just want companionship. They just want company. And so, I mean, how is it different than women just going out on dates with men just for a free meal?
I just want companionship.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the same way. That's the only thing that I've always thought in relationships. Or my main focus is just companionship, nothing else. Everything else is just extra. But I think that's another reason why these seeking arrangements, seekingarrangement.com and some of these other sugar baby websites, they're blowing up and they're not going away anytime soon, because I do agree. And I had to realize that from ringside, from people who are actual sugar babies saying, no, I'm a sugar baby, but I don't have sex with this man. I'm like, I've always thought that was perplexing because I was always confused. Like, so this man is basically giving you money, buying you cars, this and third. And at no point he's not expecting sex.
I'm gonna be graphic for a second. A lot of times, what I've heard is a lot of these men are old and probably can't have sex. They just and doesn't Viagra stop working after a certain age, or it's for everybody?
I think it's more dangerous to take it or whatever.
Yeah, the older you get, the more medication, ancillary medications you're on, then Viagra can become dangerous.
A lot of times they just want that to feel young, or they just want someone hot. I don't know. That's.
Yeah. I mean, I don't
I'm confused.
Wait, everyone just spoke at once. What?
What'd you say, Pam?
Did I just get invited on the date?
You should go.
Oh my God. No, I'm not playing. It's from Gabe. I seen Gabe's show. Gabe, I've seen your show, boo.
Know the definition of date, Epiphany.
Okay, so Horace, what's the definition of a date then?
Right.
Dick at the end.
Dr. Hughes?
Okay, so if that's a date, then
I got Troy speechless.
Right. That was first time that's ever happened. I'm like, you know what? You know why? Because Horace, I'm gonna steal that. I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna give you credit for that.
I think the whole point of the rentable, the rentable is fine. Again, to Piff's point, to everybody's point, it's about being able to people do it for their own reasons, for whatever reason, and it runs the gambit. As we can see, they got Netflix documentaries here on.
I just learned something new today. Dr. Hughes, question to you on your thoughts, because you give a lot of overview and other people, and this is from the inside of other people, and so the people want to know, what are your thoughts on this? Because honey boo boo child, you don't be saying.
To each his own. Okay, so for the rent-a-boo thing, to each his own. It's not my thing. It's not something for me, because to me, I feel like I don't have time to perpetuate a lie. I just don't have that kind of energy, and I just don't have that kind of energy. I would rather enjoy the holidays alone or with my family, and they have to deal with it. First of all, my family already know. Don't open your mouth. Don't ask me about my personal business, because I ain't gonna tell you. And your opinion don't pay my bills. So go sit down somewhere. And if you get on my nerves, you won't see me for about 5 years. So I don't have that problem. I don't have that problem. But I respect anybody's decision to rent a boo. It's just not my thing. Right? I don't. It's not my thing. The breakup to makeup thing, I've been there, done that. I did that in my 20s, you know, what have you. And it was just like, it was mutual. It wasn't something that I found offensive. I did it because, quite frankly, I would prefer cuffing season to breakup to makeup. Give me cuffing season. I would look forward to cuffing season. I had my own application for cuffing season. If you just really want to know, I'm going to tell the people. I had my own application for cuffing season. And everybody went through.
What about Valentine? Well, we could do Valentine's Day special later. But
right. Now we can do that next year.
That's a whole
nother. For cuffing season, yeah, I had my own application. And, you know, hey, that was cuffing season. That was, you know, that was it. It is what it is. I mean, so for the whole breakup to makeup and the games that we all play, as it relates to relationships and just different things, it just is a hookup. Are you serious about the relationship? At what stage of the relationship are you in? If you're single and you just kind of looking to mingle and you do whatever, you know, cuffing season is regular. Cuffing season usually starts about October when it starts getting cold. Like if it's November and you don't already have your cuffing partner, you just gonna have the rest of the season by yourself.
Yeah,
that's my answer.
It is what it is.
I mean, in a roundabout way, but we're gonna get a little deeper at one point, because you know what, I put you on blast. I'm gonna keep doing it too, because I liked it.
Good job, Tiff. That was pretty good.
I mean that's my answer. I mean that's it.
The thing is, we're like the rest of us. We all give personal. We gonna get personal with Dr. Hughes. We might have to have a show called Personal with Dr. Hughes, because honey, she don't be all the business.
We should do that for everybody. Everybody should have their own show where they just.
Listen, I don't think y'all are ready for this over here.
Right. But no, seriously, I think that when it comes to rent-a-boo, that's not my thing. You know, but I respect everybody's decision to do what makes. Listen, it's your life. You can't pay your bills off of my opinion. Like nobody is paying their bills or getting satisfied or having peace, joy, happiness off of our opinions. This is just our set of opinions. You know what I mean? We're not experts. We're uncommon people having a common conversation. It is what it is. But I think that, you know, everybody has a different perspective. Rent-a-boo is not my thing. I think that, like Tuskegee Grass said, it's lying. And it is. It's a fantasy. It's a lie. But if that's what you choose to do, I respect it. That's on you. That's just not something for me. I don't feel like I need to do that. I've never had to do that. And no, sweetheart.
Wait a minute.
No, I don't do renting. I don't rent myself out, so I appreciate that. But no, I don't rent myself out, so I don't mind that question. I'm not offended in any way. I cannot be rented, but if you're interested in getting to know me, then we can have a different conversation. But I don't do rent-a-date. You can't rent me. I'm not on the market for rent-a-boo.
I just want to put it out there really quickly. This is just a brief commercial to the ladies. I can be rented. I can be.
Well, you need to go ahead and drop that cash out like Tiffany did and put it in.
I can definitely be rented. Like Dr. A said, I will never rent a woman. You know, I just don't feel I have to. I've never paid before. At least I don't think I have. But as far as me, if you want to drop some money in my account and I can come with you and eat some of your family's food and pretend like I like you and kiss you on the hand and all that, it helped. Now, with a situation like that, it would definitely help if I already like you. Like if I think you're a cool chick, we have a great rapport or something like that. That would definitely make it 10 times easier. But if I don't like you and I'm not physically attracted to you, then yeah, it's going to be a very awkward renegade. I'm gonna do the bare minimum, but I'll give you what you asked for.
Let me just.
I want to ask a question as it relates to all of this, the Renaboo and break up to make up and all of this different games around the holidays and different things. There's tons of movies about with this same thing about Renaboo for the holidays, and then you fall in love and it really becomes a really big thing. You end up with a real relationship. Is there a possibility of these Renaboo things turning into a real relationship dynamic for somebody?
Yeah. I mean, you never know. I mean, I'm not just, life is not a movie. It's not Pretty Woman or anything. Some people can start off casual or a business transaction, and it can, matriculate into something deeper. It is what it is. It's not, relationships aren't always mechanical. And so they can't be, it's not always predictable. And so it may start off, and that can be a funny romantic story, 10, 20 years down the road. You tell your children, your grandkids, hey, I met your mom because I rented her. I paid cash money for her. She showed up at my doorstep. The rest is history.
Horace, what are you going to say?
I agree with Troy. I think sometimes things just happen. If you can release your expectations and also let some of your walls down. Sometimes just spending time with somebody organically, you start to develop some things. I know I've been with people on hook up a couple dates, and before you know it, it's kind of turned into something. That's why some people cannot handle those what's the booty calls or those sexual benefit
They
friends.
can't handle hookups at all.
It develops into something.
Right.
Well, I want to go back to this comment. Dr. H, can you go up? Can you go up to Sarah's comment? I need Jeff to see this.
The 1,500 an hour?
No. Go back. Go up. Go
what?
Up. Yeah. No. Go up past that.
Yeah,
calm
please.
down, Jeff. Calm down. It's a cute comment. It's a cute comment.
See everything.
This one about y'all being a couple?
No, yeah.
I can't see everything because ignorant trailer trash.
Wait. It's not a bad comment. It's not a bad comment. Calm down. So Jeff, you and Piff would be a nice couple. So how many people have paired me? Listen, I have been paired up with everybody. I'm not dating nobody. I kind of wanted to say that. But thank you I think people are trying to hook me up because they think that I need it. Do I look like I need to be hooked up?
Wait. I'm not even gonna go there right now. I'm not gonna comment. Go ahead. No, obviously they see a potential power couple, which is a compliment to both of us.
Right.
Got it.
That's probably what I get from that, because that's not the first time that's been said on this show by multiple people. You've seen it.
Yeah.
So obviously there's something there, which is great. But that second part of the comment was really, really.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to highlight that.
No, I don't care, because that's the perception that's everywhere. Everywhere. It's brought up to me all the time.
It is what it is. But I think that tonight is a great conversation. I think it's a great way to round out the season, to round out the year. Talking about this, because this is what really happens. People Renaboo for the holidays, but people have cuffing season. Cuffing season is real. But then we also have breakup to make up. People play. These are all relationship games that people play. I think that these are more games that people who are not serious about their relationships play, not necessarily people who are, looking for long term. But on the other hand, what Troy said earlier was sometimes these are times where also, especially I think this year in particular, people are coming together even the more, so that where they would have done the breakup to make up game, or where cuffing season probably kicked off some things, is going to continue past that, because people, it's like a reality check. haircut on. You know, people reach a point in their lives where it's like, I really want more, you know what I mean? And I want to evolve beyond these games, beyond, you know, the things that I'm doing, and have something more sustainable. I think that, as we can see from the comments, people are really surprised about Rent-A-Boo, but it really is a thing. People really do rent people for companionship. It's not always sex involved. But like Tiffany said, it's about the fact that I want to be happy and feel myself with joy in this moment, and maybe renting somebody for that time is the way to go. I don't know if that's necessarily a bad thing, but I do have to makeup.
If I needed a Rent-A-Boo, I'm for it. I don't need one, but if I did, I would be for it, because it's harmless. Like, you know, it's harmless. It's like kind of like what Troy said. If you're clean and, you know, you're at least decent looking and we could vibe or whatever, I wouldn't mind renting a boo.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm cheap, I wouldn't. I give you a discount. I'll give you the the black ass conversation.
Because apparently you can get $1,500 an hour.
Oh shit! Man,
I'm in the wrong profession. There's definitely some people in the comments that wanted to fly you out.
Fly who out? Jeff?
No, you. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, folks are all talk. I mean, okay, you guys can, well, no, let me say, you ladies can DM me. I can be flued out anywhere. I'll go. Set me up with a hotel room or set me up someplace nice, and I'll make it do what it do. I do what the ladies want me to do. So just let me know.
Apparently, Tinder has a section for renting men and women now.
Oh wow!
So it's a real thing. So just for people who think that this is just like, no, it's a real thing, and it's a real business. And you know, like I said, just be careful out here, because it's real, it's happening, and you know, I'm not gonna say it is what it is, but this is part of what it is. And it goes back to what Jeff said earlier in the show. You got to have conversation to find out where is this going long term. You know, if this is just a hookup thing, you need to know if this is cuffing season. And to be clear, again, cuffing season starts around October. So if somebody starts sniffing around you that has not been sniffing around you, that you've been trying to get their attention, and they now started sliding to them DMs, and they started to give you attention where they done ignored you all summer, it's cuffing season, and you're a candidate for cuffing season. Just so you know, that's how that works.
And when you're Dr. Hughes and you put out your whole greens recipe out and you try to call people out on the day before or earlier in the day, and then you wonder why all these people in your DMs, you can't question that, right, boo? Oh, my bad. I really did just say that.
Yeah, I'm playing around with my greens now, y'all. I'm playing around with my greens. Okay. Play around with my greens. But
really quick, Piff, if you wanna, you know the numbers, so I'll give you the discount. I'm down.
Oh my gosh. Listen, it is COVID. And a lot of
I am definitely a gentleman, and I'm all about chivalry.
Right. We love it.
So can I answer what Gabriel said? Gabriel said to me, I love Gabriel. Gabriel, I love your show, by the way, boo. He said sometimes when y'all see a friend, y'all want to hook them up. Listen. I just don't be on here saying what my business is.
Right.
That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? I just don't say what my business is. So you never know. I could be attached. I could not be attached. I could whatever, but I just don't say what it is. Because I feel like there needs to be a little bit of mystery, right?
Yeah. I agree. I think that when it comes to especially this time of season, I think one of the things we need to do is be kind and mindful that it is a difficult time of year for people. And everybody has a different family dynamic. And whatever reason that people decide to rent a boo or what have you, we need to be compassionate on people for their decision. First of all, it's none of our business. But we live in the age of the internet. And people feel like it's really important to air their laundry and tell their business on the internet.
Listen,
for whatever decision that people make about their lives, you know, hey, if somebody decides to rent a boo for the holiday season, okay, no problem. We don't know the reason why. Like Troy said, I would rather somebody do that and reduce the risk of suicide. Because it brought them some peace, it brought them some happiness in that moment, versus somebody judging them and making them feel horrible and worse about their situation. If that allows them some escape into your rentable, but go a little bit deeper and deal with yourself.
But please don't overdraw your account for your rentable.
Please don't overdraw your account for a rentable. Don't.
I will say, if you do for me, I will so make it worth it. I will do my best. I mean, come on now. Only thing I ask is that you wear some Vicky's Secret and a nice sexy thong, and you got me. I'll give you a discount.
I think you're getting talked to right now. That this is for you.
Who?
Hughes. He's looking at you with them dreamy eyes, honey bunch.
No, Pip, I'm talking to you.
Oh Lord.
I'm not
It's literally my braces. You are so enamored with these braces. Like once they come out, you're gonna be like, oh, it's just Pip.
No, it's not just. I mean, the braces are sexy, but it's a couple other things you got that turn me on in a big way. But
like Dr. Hughes, I don't even know what to say, y'all. I'm done. I don't know.
You are a beautiful queen, and you should take a compliment. Just, oh Lord, sorry.
And this is why I don't
even Rose agrees that you're beautiful.
Oh, thank you, Rose. Listen, so let me go back to this comment. I have already stated this, and so let me say it for the people in the back. Yes, I can be submissive. Like, however, because I'm gonna answer this question because I feel like we don't answer certain people, and I really want as a Christmas gift to answer certain people in the comments. So I'm gonna acknowledge today. So yes, I can be submissive, but the person that I choose to be submissive to has to show me that they can lead me in the right way. And I really think that that's important in someone who is leading. If I could give you all the reins and know that everything's going to be taken care of, we don't, and I don't have to worry about no lights getting turned off or no bills getting missed or none of that. Honey, you can worry about all of that because I've been worrying about it for a long, long time.
There you go.
Boom, there it is. I mean, I know, like, so seriously, I have all this makeup, this lipstick, and I was like, let me just get dressed up for the show. And so this, like, y'all are my date. And I feel like
you look good for you. There's been times when I used to live where you live. I used to see her and be like, look, where are you coming from? She'd be like, I was just out. But that's what it is.
Yeah, I don't
think there's anything wrong with doing it for you. It's whether you get dressed up for you, whether you get a rent-a-boo, whether you decide to do cuffing season, whether you decide to do breakup to makeup. So come February, you know what I'm saying. And it start getting when the warmer months come and you start kind of getting back out there for your, spring summer flings.
Not flings.
Listen, I'm trying to get everything right.
You gotta understand what spring fling is, baby. Spring flings are real.
Especially back, I'm not being funny, especially back in y'all's day.
No, yeah, spring fling was spring flings was
notice 9 months later, around October and November is when a lot of people are born. Because y'all are nasty.
This is coming from you. Okay, so anyway.
Somebody with the drawer that you have in your room.
So
leave that drawer alone. We are not opening that drawer. We're not opening that drawer to 2021.
That's only
in this conversation.
Only one.
Yeah.
I have a whole room in my basement now, right over here, so it's okay. Anyways,
Sandra's asking, so you flying Troy out or nah? Honey, no. I don't fly people out. I get flown out.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's the man's job to flow the woman out.
And Troy and Troy know that. Hello, come on now.
Well, I'll say this, Piff. If you do decide to fly me out, my mouth will work. It won't be hurting. I promise. It'll be free and untamed. So if you decide to make that, just I'll send you the link. I can't be rented. Definitely. It's never happened before. I've been, for all these years, I've been giving my shit away for free. What's wrong with me? That's the damn problem. I've been sitting on platinum and I've been giving it for free, man. That's the problem.
So the question is, Troy, are you flying Piff out? That might be an offline conversation. I don't know, but
oh my God.
we've had a great conversation tonight, you guys, and we really want to appreciate you. You all are the best audience, hands down. You guys started riding with us earlier this year when we started this whole journey, and hopefully sometime when it's safe in 2021 we can have an in-person show and y'all can keep rocking with us. But it's been an interesting conversation tonight, and it's a good one, and one that you just got to think about. I mean, you just got to know, if you're dating, you just need to know this time of year what it's about, and these are the games that we play. This is not new. And nothing about anything we said tonight is new. It's just we have the internet, and it's just widespread, and people are just sharing some things more now, and some stuff that don't need to be shared, but people just don't know how to not share. It's just too much sharing for us, but that's the nature of the internet, and that's what we got going on. So you guys, we want to thank you all so much for riding with us tonight as we talked about rent-a-boo and cuffing season and breakup to makeup. These are things that really happen this time of year. Again, cuffing season starts in October, but guess what? Interestingly enough, it's the same time breakup to makeup. Usually breakup around October, November. The arguments kind of starts around October, but the real breakups we happen in November until Valentine's Day. Cuffing season starts around October when it gets cold, and then when it start warming up. And then hey, the breakup.
And then hold on, and then lastly, be prepared around. It's usually end of February. You start seeing all the gym pictures. A lot of when Facebook tells people that so and so is now single, you're gonna see a lot of that.
Listen, summer bodies are made in the winter. Summer bodies are made in the winter.
No, summer bodies should be all year round, because if you take care of yourself.
Listen,
except for Thanksgiving. You should always take care of yourself 11 months out of the year.
We should,
but folks don't always do that.
I agree.
One more thing. Everyone, we're gonna have a show hopefully when we get together where you guys can ask us questions. I was gonna say something, but thank you for just catching the thoughts. Just think of questions that you all may want to ask us so y'all can put us on blast. Because it's fine.
I get put on blast saying if it's not code red, it's on here. If it's not on here, it's spicy and salty.
Love it though.
It's on every podcast I get on. It follows me, so it's okay. I was on Spicy Saucy, and they had to create a phone line because
I was gonna call in, but honey, because I was mad. I was gonna.
So code red. I have to constantly have Rashad.
We ain't gonna talk about code red.
Yeah. So anyway. Neither here nor there.
We want to thank you all so much. We want to say Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Troy has a show tonight. He's interviewing someone tonight at 8 o'clock.
Ooh.
So, Troy, share the details, please, sir.
Oh, 10?
Well, it's 9 o'clock. So this is, I just started the Ringside YouTube channel. Okay. I know, right? Better late than never. And so a woman that I'm working with, who's my manager, she's a publicist for Goody Mob, and this lady I'm interviewing tonight, her name is Asia Nay. She's under the same publicist. She works with Goody Mob, whatever, but she's big on the internet. Her name is Asia Nay, if you guys haven't heard of her. She has two big singles out there on YouTube. One is called Dumb, and the other is called Crab Legs. Right. But she's very much, I would say, looking at the videos, she's definitely in the same vein as a Nicki Minaj or a Cardi B. She's very unapologetically sexually raw. She knows what she wants. She knows, and she speaks for the certain segment of women who, they're about that bag, they're about that head, they're about getting what they want and dipping out. And I'm not mad at that. So you guys want to check out a very racy, well, I mean, I'm gonna do my best to make it racy and make it sexy and make it hardcore. If you guys want to check it out, definitely here in Ringside, it will be posted in Ringside. It'll be posted on my personal timeline as well as YouTube. Big shout out to everybody in the comments who's from Ringside. I see some familiar names out there, but
who's that group is something. Today was my first time really getting into y'all. Jesus, I mean, I've commented, but today y'all took. I'm not some of the other members.
Ringside gets into it.
But mine was bad. Jesus.
Today was light. Today was a light day.
I thought mine be dragging people and stuff, but y'all bad too. Y'all have your own way. It's all good.
Yeah, it's a different culture. Today I was light because I'm trying to do work and I'm like, okay, I see some shit in Ringside I need to comment on, or I see something I need to respond to. But yeah, if you guys are in Ringside, if you guys follow me, just add me on Facebook. Just find Troy Vaughn or find Ringside LLC, and you'll see the videos. But yeah, tune in. It's gonna be dope. I'm gonna get another drink in my system before 9 o'clock, so it's gonna be extra racy and extra nasty.
Post it on your page. I'll tune in.
Cool.
Yeah, I'll tune in also.
All right, man.
Gotta support.
All right.
But yeah,
so you guys, thank you again. We appreciate you all so much. It's been good.
Reg did have to come for me. Reggie, I mean, come on. You're right. I did drink, but you know what? It's only Kool-Aid.
Drink Kool-Aid. All right.
I mean, Crystal Light, because it has ice in it. This isn't wine. I don't drink on in the week because I got to wake up super early.
Right. Folks got to work.
Yeah.
So thank you guys so much. This has been a great conversation. Make sure y'all like, share, follow, host your own watch parties, have conversations with amongst yourselves about, hey, the relationship games that we play, break up to make up, cuffing season, and Renaboo. These are all things that are real. People are doing it. And so until 2021, y'all keep riding with us. If you got comments, if you got questions, if you got show topics, DM us and we'll be happy to. Sarah, you are wonderful. Thank you so much for that comment. You guys send us to us DM and we'll get ready for 2021. We appreciate y'all so much and we'll see y'all next time. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.